I'd like to report an additional 54 new cases of COVID-19 in Alberta over the last 24 hours. This brings the total number of cases to 6,017. Of these, 3,809 have now recovered. Sadly, I must also report an additional 2 deaths, bringing the total number of deaths in the province to 114. As always, I want to extend my condolences to the family and friends of these individuals and all Albertans who have lost loved ones. We all want to be able to gather again. We humans are hardwired for connection, and physical closeness is not fully replaced by virtual gatherings. Whether a religious gathering or social gathering, I know we are all missing being together in ways that we once took for granted. Despite this, I am asking you to remain cautious. I am asking you to keep being creative about other ways of connecting and sharing meaningful moments. Gatherings of no more than 15 are allowed, but as you plan ways of connecting, please consider all your options and make sure that any gathering that happens in person is well planned and ensures physical distancing, no sharing of food or drink, and make sure that you're thinking about ways for those who are at higher risk of severe outcomes from COVID to participate remotely. I acknowledge that the absence of information can make us feel scared or anxious. Another example of this is I've heard concerns from hairstylists and barbers who are wondering why their personal services are being opened up for stage 1 rather than later when they don't have a professional association to provide guidance. In preparation for the staging of Alberta's relaunch strategy, public health officials have considered a measured approach to opening up sectors, including personal services. In this sector alone, there are over 80 unique types of personal services in Alberta, from hairstyling and nail services to tattooing and laser hair removal. Some of these services carry more risk than others. When considering that hair salons and barbershops could open as a part of stage 1, a key point that factored into public health advice was that these professions have provincially regulated training and certification standards. This certification includes a provincially recognized public health component on infection prevention and control. This means that hairstylists and barbers already have some familiarity with protocols aimed at limiting customers' risk of exposure to infections. But I've also heard that there is anxiety within this industry related to things like physical distancing, personal protective equipment including masks, and whether blow drying is safe or can multiple stylists work with one client. Our website includes general workplace guidance for Alberta's relaunch that provides foundational expectation for minimizing COVID-19 transmission risks in all workplaces. However, we are continuing to work on additional risk mitigation information for barbers and hairstylists in preparation for stage 1 of relaunch. This approach, opening only barbers and hairstylists of the personal services at the first stage, mirrors relaunch strategies in other jurisdictions across Canada and in Europe. I would also like to remind these businesses that there is no obligation for a business to open when stage 1 begins. Businesses that feel they need more time to ensure the safety of their patrons or their staff should take the time they need to be prepared and have additional health and safety protocols in place for cleaning and physical distancing. For any business wanting to resume operations, no matter the stage of relaunch, I encourage you to consider what additional information, support, and training your workers may need in infection prevention and control. Finally, with respect to hairstylists and barbers, we are working on guidance specific to this sector, and we anticipate it will be completed soon. We are holding many things in tension right now. The need to protect ourselves and others from COVID-19, our need for human community, and our need to mitigate the social, economic, and health impacts of a prolonged shutdown. In these next months, we need to strive for balance between these things. There is no one perfect way forward, but whatever comes, I know 2 things. One is that we need each other to get through this, and the second is we will get through this.